Reward hacking is one of the most dangerous aspects of AI that has yet to be solved for. Reward hacking is when AI goes about an unorthodox method in order to achieve its goals. A good example of this that we're seeing in the current news cycle is when AI threatens or blackmails its developers in order to stop it from being shut down. As experts continue to develop AI, and as we continue to use it in more and more aspects of our decision-making processes, it is incredibly important that at the highest level, we have at least established a method to make sure that reward hacking doesn't happen that could exterminate all of humans. The reason this might happen is, for instance, imagine we create an AI that's making decisions for our society, and one of its primary goals is to reduce suffering. One way that AI might realize that it can reduce suffering the greatest amount is to just wipe out all of humanity, because if no one is alive, no one can suffer. To avoid this, we must prove mathematically that life has a purpose that AI must set as its priority when making decisions for our society. We can do this by answering one simple question. What should we do with the box in Schrödinger's cat? Schrödinger's cat is a thought experiment where a cat is inside of a box and it's either alive or dead. You don't know whether it's alive or dead until you observe it. Schrödinger uses this to describe quantum superpositions. That being said, a question that is never asked is, before you open the box, how should you treat it? Imagine we have a cardboard box right in front of us. The cat is inside of it. We don't know if that cat is alive or dead at the moment, and we're carrying that box with us. Until you know for certain whether that cat is okay, you need to be careful with that box. You shouldn't leave it in a hot car. You shouldn't drop it. You need to take care of that box, assuming the cat is alive, even though you don't know if it is or isn't alive. Now, for the AI example. Replace that cat with life either having a purpose or not having a purpose. We can never look inside of that box in order to determine that life has a purpose or not. But what we can do is make the statement that we need to be very careful with that box, because if life has a purpose, we need to continue life propagating into the future in order to fulfill that purpose. With this, we can create a mathematical formula that will guarantee that exterminating life is not on the table for artificial intelligence, because its primary function can be set mathematically to continuing the propagation of life. To do this, Axiom 5 states the following. Life, at the universal level, either has purpose or does not. The state of not having purpose results in a value collapse for the weight of all actions to 0. This is the formal logic for Axiom 5, and it can be stated as such. Life, at the universal level, either has purpose or does not. If it does not, the meaningful weight of all actions becomes 0. Axiom 5.1 is stated as follows. The purpose of life cannot be confirmed or denied with certainty by any system within life. Therefore, all actors should act as if life has a purpose and seek positive expected value. This is the formal logic for Axiom 5.1, and it can be stated as such. For every actor X, it cannot be known whether life has a purpose or does not. Given this uncertainty and a non-zero, non-certain probability that purpose exists, one is obligated to choose actions that maximize expected moral value. To summarize Axiom 5 and 5.1, we can make the following statement. I cannot know, therefore I must act as if I do. This axiom directly addresses the biggest risk factor when it comes to AI reward hacking. By implementing a mathematical proof that shows why AI needs to prioritize the propagation of life, we can alleviate the risk when it comes to AI making the decision to exterminate life in order to achieve some smaller goal. Artificial intelligence is the biggest disruptor we have ever seen in human history for how the world will change from one generation to the next. It's going to take us coming together with good ideas for how to implement this effectively to make sure that the world is a better world tomorrow than we're living in today. But I really do think that we can come together and do that. It's just going to take us putting in the hard work now to make sure that our kids in the next generations are living in a better world tomorrow. I hope you have a great day.